Okay, I'll turn it over to Sergeant Siebenborn.
Good morning, Sergeant Andrew Siebenborn, A-N-D-R-E-W, last name spelled S-I-E-B-E-N-B-O-R-N. I'm one of the 2 school resource officer sergeants, and I'm also the sergeant in charge of our community resource officers, and that's part of what I'm going to talk to you about today. Just wanted to give the public notice that we've been working on a video project the last several months, and how this video project has come about is we have a program here at the Sioux Falls Police Department called the Community Ambassadors Program, and that program, what it is there's several community ambassadors, as we call them, about 11 or 12, and they represent many different respected leaders within our community from a variety of backgrounds, whether it's race, ethnicity, religion, sex, sexual preference. And we meet with the community resource officers and along with the community ambassadors usually every month, sometimes every 2 months, and we really use their leadership within the communities that they represent to kind of get a pulse of what's going on in their community and how us as the Sioux Falls Police Department can better serve them. Just like I said, get some information, get an idea if there's areas that we're lacking in or if there's areas that we're really doing well in. And we started this a couple of years ago, and obviously with a lot of things that happened in the country nationwide, we've been really active with them, and we're going to be looking to continue to grow that program. But one of the things that came from meeting with the ambassadors was getting some messaging out there about some questions that folks had in the community as far as the police department. So what we asked our community ambassadors to do, originally we had the idea of potentially doing kind of just like a big town hall and taking questions live, but obviously with COVID, that put a stop to that until we could safely do that. But we still wanted to honor their request, because if we're not taking ideas from them, then we're doing them a disservice. So what we asked our ambassadors to do was to go back to their respective communities, get some questions from them. And we didn't want easy questions. We wanted some questions that are maybe going to test us a little bit, maybe some questions that are going to be uncomfortable by nature to answer, maybe some things that we just haven't thought about. Bring those questions back to us, and we'd look to get a series of videos that answer the questions. So we do have that series of videos coming out there. Our first one's going to post tomorrow at roughly around 3 o'clock. That first video is going to be involving some questions for Chief Burns, and also Captain Jeff Garden will be in that first video. And then every Thursday thereafter at about 3 o'clock for the next 6 weeks, we're going to have those videos. And they're anywhere from about 5 to 10 to 12 minutes long, and they'll be posted on our Facebook page along with our Twitter page, which will have a link to a YouTube thing. So I really encourage to the public to take some time to watch those videos. There's some really good questions in there. Again, I remind you, these aren't softball questions that the Sioux Falls Police Department picked the answer. They're actually the questions that came from our community ambassadors, and it's just another way that we're really trying to live by that motto where we're partnering with the community to serve, protect, and promote quality of life. Just like one of the many things that we're trying to do to live out that motto and really make sure that the needs of the citizens in some of these communities are being met and answering some of the questions. And then after this, we'll hopefully get a couple more exciting things coming down the pipe as far as community involvement with the community resource officers and just the department in general. That as we get a little bit closer to spring and avoid this Arctic tundra, we'll get those out to you and let the community know and how we can all work together to continue to be the great city that we are as far as partnership between citizens and police department. All right, awesome. I'll turn it over to Sam, and also Sam has a big part in this video too. He helped film a lot of it, and we certainly thank him for doing that.
Okay, on the log, I don't really have much. The arson, that was a house fire that was found late last night in the 1700 block of South 7th Avenue. This is one of the things, just working with the fire department, they haven't determined a cause yet, but they just requested a report to go with that. So no arrests on that, and I'm not sure if they've been able, I don't think they've been able to determine anything, but they're still working on that. That was about 10 p.m. last night. The one assault, that was just a simple assault. The burglaries, we had some tools, a couple of garages that were entered, television taken, no arrests on those. The disorderlies, a bunch of trespassings again, some other reports, but nothing big out of them. family offenses, most of those are, well, actually, all of them are reports. The frauds, some more reports on there, no big scams this time. The larcenies, package, shopliftings, a couple of unlocked cars. The man down is an unattended death, nothing suspicious with that. The juveniles, we had some marijuana, or I'm sorry, the narcotics, had some marijuana and meth, and then one of them involves juveniles. The sex offense was a report, no arrests on that. The simple assaults are all domestics. And the 2 unattended deaths, those are nothing suspicious with those, just the unattended deaths. And the vandalisms, we had some cars that were damaged and then a house that was damaged, but nothing significant. And that's it, unless you guys have anything. Okay.
Why did you guys decide to do these videos?
That was the community ambassador program, I think, is just having the meetings. That was one of the ideas that had come up, was a way to address some of the different questions that they may have.
Yeah, how many community ambassadors?
I have that, I don't know. I want to say there's around 12, but I don't know the exact number. Okay, thanks.